Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and this week I'm going to get you up to date on my 64 GTO Convertible project here. As it's coming along quite nicely, and I'm getting almost to the end here. And I did some things in a little bit different order than I would normally do, but there's a couple of reasons for that, and I'll get into that here in a few minutes. But I have my last build here, just sitting here for reference and enjoying looking at it. For those of you who haven't been following along, this is an original AMT that was rebuilt, and did that a while ago, but I brought it up a couple of times, but I got it here for reference, where I'm looking at different details and how I did a few things here and there. So that's why I'm looking at it here and working on my convertible. Now this is a Modelhaus resin 64 GTO. It was a hard top. I cut it into a convertible. I'm recapping for those that haven't been following along. But it's painted and cleared. I got some fingerprints on it here. Working on the last little bits of it. Got the radiator glued in now. The firewall is glued in place. And a few things here. Now, one of the things I did a little differently that I don't normally do is I glued the glass in first. Usually I'll put the bare metal foil in first and glue it in, but because this is resin, and because this frame was broken once over here before, and I had something fall on it and shatter it, so it was another 4 pieces, and I basically had to rebuild it again. So being that it was shattered 2 times, was shattered once, broke once, and glued all together, I decided that I was going to glue the glass in place first before I put the foil on it, because I really didn't want to flex it and do any of that stuff. I wanted it as solid as possible. Now, one of the things I did do since I did that is I hung the rearview mirror, and I hung my sunshades here. Now, these are resin as well. Did not come with the kit because I cut the roof off, but here's what they looked like originally. These I got from Greg Wan some time ago. Not sure where they came from or what they were cast from, but I got like 4 or 5 of these. I think I got 5 originally. He likes to sell some stuff in 6-packs. I do not know if he's still selling these or not. He may. A lot of times he keeps the molds around, but anyway. So I cut the sunshades off separately, got rid of this post here as I didn't need them, plus the spacing was going to be changed. So this is one of the ones I hadn't used, but I glued them in place. Now, one of the things I did do is I took my styrene strip here. This is just some real thin strip, and I glued it to the underside, and you can kind of see it right there that I made it as a lip and then put it onto the painted part and glued it all in there, and then got the glass in place afterwards. So that's all in there, and that's ready to be foiled, other than my fingerprints. And then I gotta foil the sides here, maybe detail the emblem up just a little bit. So while this needs some cleaning here, I can wipe the sides off here. My nice cotton shirt here, just to clean it up real briefly. And so one side done, one side not. But anyway, that's pretty much, the last little bit here, get the foil on. Now, the hood inserts have been blacked out and trimmed, and they're glued in place. This hood is done. It's ready. Same kind of thing with the bumpers. I painted the backup lights white, so they're in there, and I blacked out the whole inside. One thing I did decide that I was going to do was I did have multiple screws. I got a number of these from salvaged rebuilders, and I was kind of back and forth on, do I drill these out and then use the screws, because the chassis is ready. The chassis has got the holes in it, but I would have to drill these out and hope I get it nice and straight and square. Easier said than done, of course. And then I would have to drill these out as well. And I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm just going to glue them right in place, glue them on top of each other, and leave them there, and it'll just have the holes. It stays on my bench, and I rarely will pick it up, but you'll see what it looks like when it's finished, because I'll show the underside of it and show that. Now, I also got my taillight panel ready, so you can see I Use the stoplight red in the middle of the chrome section, got the taillights in there, clean them all up. So that's ready. Just need to glue that in place. And then also the front bumper, much the same thing. Blacked out the whole back, glued the insert in. I had to clearance it right there on both sides, because when Modelhaus did these, he filled them all in. Now this makes the thing much stronger, and I've seen some where he fills them in back here. He filled all this in, makes it a much stronger kit, but it also, I had some clearance issues. So to get it to sit properly, I had to trim those, and it sits real nice now. So both sides are done. Here I've detail painted the grille, the turn signal lamp, and the marker lights, and the hood insert piece between the grills. So that is ready as well. So this is almost ready for full-on assembly after I do the foil. I was missing the radiator hose. This is in the 65 GTO kit, which is where the motor came from. So I took that, and I did verify these are the 65 GTO wheels, not the 64 ones, but these ones are the 64 wheels. They're 8-slot knockoffs. It's a chrome cap, pretty cool. Being that as it was, I didn't have to do as much detail paint. Just basically put the black inside there and paint it. Still haven't done that side of it. Some of you mentioned too, why don't I just take a plastic styrene tube that has a hole in it, glue that in place, and use that as a reducer. And that's an excellent idea. I've done that before. I was thinking outside the box of different things to do to try and show you and if it would work or not. And I may just go that route. I haven't decided yet. I'm almost there because it's going to be the last thing I do. So once I get the body and chassis and everything completely assembled and in place, I will do that. Chassis I've shown you, this hasn't changed. It's just been mocked around. But I did finish the interior tub. Got the seats glued in place, the console, the white shift knob, the dash is all in there and painted. And wow, that really adjusted its color. Interesting. That's my iPhone doing its thing. I wonder how that's going to come out. But so that's really showing you the detail there. And I like how all of this came out, and being in the convertible, you'll see all of it. Now I still have the convertible boot, and I use the 65 GTO glass, so I have the Modelhaus vacuum formed glass. But here's the last couple parts. I got the battery, boot, and I still got to paint the washer bottle white. I haven't sprayed any white since then for some reason, and when I was doing the white, I totally missed that part. But that's one of the last things I got to paint. But it's also one of the last things I glue into the engine compartment to make sure it fits. Because I kind of had that issue with this one. Let me take the hood off here. You can see where that one's glued. And I think that washer bottle is a little bit different. So I'm not sure where that one came from. You can see the radiator hose, how it's glued in this one, so I know which way it goes. And this one's got a battery, and I believe that battery is from the 65. The one that's in that kit is resin and was from the Modelhaus kit too, which was pretty complete, surprisingly. So, or I got it from something else. I'm trying to remember now, but because that's how these projects go. Some of the fun is just collecting all the parts you need to do the project and digging through your stash for some of the parts that you know you have, but you can't find them. So this one is coming along quite nicely. And the next time you see it, it will be all done. So I just got a little bit more foiling to do, a couple little pieces to detail paint and everything. And then this one will be all done and wrapped up. So the next time you guys see it, it will be all done, which shouldn't be very long from this point in time. I did get some time to work on some other projects as well. I'll get into more depth on those in later episodes as I'm getting more focused on these ones as they get done and they get a little bit more interesting and showing you them in the final stages here. So you guys, I want to thank you for tuning in, subscribing, all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.